Good night, everyone. Welcome to Security on DeFi on Junius Flow's YouTube channel with the Rise Up team. Tonight we have Ty with us. What's up, Ty? How you doing?
What's going on? How you doing tonight?
Not much, man. Actually, I was checking out some news, some important news. Yes, for sure. On crypto, how the year of 2022 alone, we passed the mark of $2 billion that was stolen, that it was hacked from crypto.
Yeah.
So I was checking out those numbers today, right? And I was like, that's a lot. Like
It's a lot of money.
How much would that make the Bitcoin price go up now?
2 billion?
Yeah.
I have no idea. It would definitely make a dent.
I know for Rise Up, it would make a hell of a big impact.
I mean, anything Bitcoin, it would definitely raise Bitcoin. I mean, a $2 billion investment right off the rip. I'd have to do the math, but it'd be a pretty massive jump for Bitcoin. But it'd be anybody else, it would be an unbelievable thing.
It will be the beginning of the bull run.
Yeah, just like it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst part. That's why we always talk about it. That's why we always preach it. Stay safe. Keep your money in your wallet. You don't want it in somebody else's wallet, because once it gets there, a lot of times that money leaves crypto. It probably never sees crypto again. They rip it off. They steal it. Why would they bring money back into crypto when they could just steal more? So it's probably only exit. So
do you think that they cash it out quickly? They usually hold for a while.
It depends. It depends. A lot of them that last over time, you'll notice that what they'll use is liquidity, so they can spread out their operation. A lot of them are really small. They may or may not make money. They may make money. They may make a few $100s. They make $10,000. But if they do it 20 times a day, every day, 7 days a week, then it's a moneymaker. It's impossible to lose, right? So, and that's just, you just got to protect yourself. Yeah, for them it is. So you just got to protect yourself. They're usually fairly easy to recognize if you look. The hardest part is at launch, when you don't get the contract, so that you can't know much about anything until the contract launches. So that's when you need to do the most due diligence as far as digging into the team, digging into anything you can find out about them. Past, if they say they're experienced, then where did your experience come from? So why not? So that's just, you just need to dig into those questions, so that when you have a newly launched token, you don't have anything else to go by. You don't have history. You can't check transactions. You can't check wallets to make sure things are doing what they're supposed to do.
Which I wouldn't say it's the wrong idea. Also, I wouldn't say it's the right idea of buying those kind of tokens when you're new to crypto.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
I would say it's definitely not a good idea.
Yeah, especially the ones that the devs are not doxxed.
I mean,
the team, not like that means anything, right? But at least you gotta. It's good when you have contact with the team.
I think the big thing is what type of investment is this for you? Because look, if you look at it like a lottery ticket, then. And you're not putting major investment, for yourself, whatever that number may be. That number is different for everybody, So whatever, if it's just play money, and then you can do that. Just understand that's what it is. When you buy a lottery ticket, you assume that most of the time you're going to lose, right? You might get upset that you don't win, but it's pretty, it's expected. So think of it that way, and you don't hurt yourself if that's how you're going to play it, especially as a new person, because it's going to be very, very hard when you're new. recognize, because all the things, they'll just prey on your newness, you know?
I was a little different. Whenever I invested, I always thought it was my not like lottery ticket because I wouldn't just throw my money in anything, right? But it would be like a very lucky situation for those tokens to reach the price that I wanted, right? But then most of the time it didn't happen. But every time I learned something, so I never took it as I lost. Last bull run, been a few years in crypto, I still made new mistakes. I didn't make the same mistakes, but I made new mistakes, and it's part of it. You can't always win, but as long as you are willing to stick to your strategy, if it goes wrong,
Yes,
because I've
exactly.
seen people going in crypto. I've invited people into crypto from my family, and the person got into a situation of losing the money in terms of being hacked. And, the idea for that person was like, oh man, I knew this wasn't something I could trust crypto. And I'm like, no, but, it's different. But then you got to learn, you got to, try to beat it. The thing is, many people invest and they want to profit more, they want to use less time, and they want to do it by themselves, which is like the perfect equation for everything to go wrong. you know
Well, I mean, it's kind of what crypto is sold as, to the mainstream to this point, is that, that's what it is, right? I'm going to go in there. I can do it my way. I can do, and you can, you just have to be able to absorb losses just like any other investment. If you go in there and just don't do I don't care what you invest in. If you don't do your due diligence, you will lose eventually, and I'm not saying you can't get lucky. I mean, to say somebody can't get lucky is silly. Of course they can, but you can't count on that. Not in crypto, not in anything, because it's just like anything else in life. Somebody's there trying to make their money too, in a different way. So
yeah, it's something complicated, but I got a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. Right? I was gonna say I won, but then I didn't win because I didn't cash it out at the time. So I got a lot of money, but
Well, for
then
me, the best lessons learned are the lessons that didn't cost money. If I break even and learn a lesson, then I gained for sure. You know what I mean? If you can make a little bit of money and say, oh, I should have held longer for this reason or that reason, but understand the reasonings. Don't just say, oh, it's longer. I should hold longer. Well, not every token is the same. You know what I mean? So you just have to, and that comes with experience and how to judge, yourself and judge the market. And like I said, and understanding. I myself I diversify, in that I have certain investments that are investments that you hold long term. That's what you expect when you go in. You don't expect a quick turnaround, and you're in it. And then I have other investments sometimes that are more of the lottery ticket. I'm not saying I don't look into it. I definitely look into it. But at the same time, if I understand that you can look 10 days till Tuesday in some circumstances and still be wrong, that no matter how long you do it. So, and that's in any investing, that's in anything that you do. If you just kind of, but as long as you understand that, then you don't get yourself in a bad spot, you know?
I was talking to a friend of mine. He was like, "Oh man, I did so many mistakes. Let's bull run and this and that." And I'm like, "Did you lose money?" And he was like, "No, but then I could have sold it in all time high, and I held on, but then I didn't sell it, and then I didn't profit 10 million." And I'm like, "Really? But how much do you put in?" And then he told me the number, and I'm like, "How much did you cash it out?" And it was like three times the number that he put it in, right? And I'm like, you didn't lose, man. You learned. At least you have more money now. Oh, but I could have had 10 million. I'm like, yeah, you could have had more if you invested more in other projects as well, but you didn't. So it's different. Um, but the word that I would use for people to succeed in crypto would be consistency. You gotta do it every day. If you lose money, you gotta come back and learn from your mistakes and invest in other project. And don't do the same ideas. Don't do the same things. Learn from that, from what's happening, and you get a pretty nice understanding of how you can maximize your results, how you can be better next time, how you can invest better, cash out at the right time. And every cycle that I've been, I learned something different. I There's also cycles that I did learn the same thing because I did make a mistake, right? I did go through that in the cycle, but then it wasn't a mistake. And then the next cycle, I saw the same thing, but then it didn't go the same way. So I did a
Yeah,
mistake.
that's what I was just saying, that you can't, just because it happened that time doesn't mean it will necessarily happen next time. You really need to look into why it happened that time. Try to see in project, watch the charts. Try to see in projects you didn't invest in. See, what made them spike. Do you see similarities? There's a lot of aids out there that can help you. That can help you with graphs and help you with those type of things. But there's also things that you can learn on your own. So just understand that everything's not the same. Don't have the knee-jerk reaction. It may go the same, but it may not. It may be a completely different situation, but up until that point, for whatever reason, it looks the same. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to hold this time. And then you hold, because we've all done that too, right? We've all held too long.
And then
So,
you hold like now I'm gonna hold it till the end. I'm not gonna sell it early. And then
well, sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you get in that situation where you don't have a choice. I mean, what's the point now? You might as well hold and hope. But you got to think about Shiba Inu is a perfect example of somebody's $1,000 went up to $10,000, went down to less than 5, and then went back up to over $1 million. So it's
crazy.
Are they going to last? Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you sold at $1, I mean, you probably felt pretty silly to cover some gas fees or something.
It might not happen the same way, but then you touch on a good key point: diversify. That's why we did talk about a few projects, like Rise Up on the channel, and they're all great projects, and it's a way of diversifying, right? Especially when you know the team. I mean, the connection with Rise Up was pretty interesting because it was from Twitter Spaces, helping out the community, right? Because most of my spaces and the Wolfpack spaces were all about, AMAs. We were like the one, we still are, right? The 1-800 for the 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧 and other projects. So that was the key point, helping people. And Dave was doing the same key point, and you and James and everybody else. And that's the idea of crypto. Yes, I know we are not gonna change crypto, the world of crypto, for now at once. But we can do it later on, little by little, and it can become something big. And in many ideas, right? In community wise, because crypto is not just for the gurus, not for just people who know a lot about crypto. No, you can replicate what you learn. You can teach other people what not to do, right? And it's okay to say, I don't know. I will look for the answer. I'm sorry, I don't know that. Nobody knows everything. I mean, I consider myself pretty smart, but I've been 8 years in crypto, and I always learn something new.
Yeah. I still learn something most every day. Pretty much every day, I learn something new, about crypto. And it's if you engulf yourself into something, then you have no choice but to absorb things that you never really considered before. But that it's never a wasted day if I learn something, right? So that's every day in crypto. There's something to learn. There's something to learn. If you think you know everything about one blockchain, well, jump into another blockchain, take a look at it, see how it does, how it works. Is it a DAO? Is it anything? Dave.
Let me ask you a question. How would you explain, or how would you do, better saying, if you were what you just said, diversifying on your investments in terms of security? Would you put like one wallet for each token? How would you make secure if you had four different projects at least on your wallet? What would you do? Would you keep it in one wallet every month? Would you put it in a different? How would you keep it safe? What would be the step that you would do?
So usually with transaction fees, you can't move it around. So now, this is like not financial advice for sure. This is my personal, what I do. I have multiple wallets. I don't have 100 wallets. I don't have a wallet for every single token I've ever bought. That just increases the chance for me personally. That increases the chances that I'm going to lose a seed phrase or something. When I need it, I won't be able to find it, or, even though I have them all in the same place, it's like, hey, well, where is this one? So I like to keep it somewhat simple. I also like to use different wallets on different platforms. So, with a trust wallet, with a MetaMask, you can have, I believe, up to 10 wallets or so. And that's fine. Yeah. I do have multiple wallets within those wallets, but it's also to spread out to other platforms with wallets.
If you have those 10 different wallets, I'm sorry for cutting you off. So I won't lose the question. If you have those 10 different wallets in one MetaMask, if you get one of them hacked, would that have any impact on the others?
It can. I mean, considering if the device itself, it depends on the hack and how it comes through, right? If the hack is specifically to one wallet, then it should be okay. If the hack is actually through the app itself or through your device, or if somebody just gets a hold of your device, now they can get into all of your wallets.
So now it's not 100% safe then to have 10 different wallets.
They're all trying to fix that with 2-factor, 3-factor. I've seen 3 on pretty large platforms. I've heard of many more, but actually, 3-factor. It's tough to get all that done in a time limit that they give you. Sometimes, sometimes it makes you feel rushed, and I'm uncomfortable with it because it's like, okay, this might be safer, but this increases the chances I'm going to make a mistake because I'm trying to go fast because I have to because they're forcing you. But I think that 2-factor obviously helps you with that, right? Because when two-factor authentication, may it be an authenticator, may it be however that platform specifically does it, that kind of helps. But if somebody has your phone, guess what? They probably have that too. So, it's just, it's good to diversify. If you accidentally leave one open, in a perfect world, you don't make these mistakes, but, mistakes happen. So
I usually leave them in different wallets and connected separately, right? And not all combined. I don't trust and the projects nowadays, not back in the days, because there was no such thing as staking back in the days. But in nowadays that we do have this amazing thing called staking. I would definitely try to stake or try to get into projects that I can stake. Of course, it's not any project because staking doesn't mean it's 100% safe, right? But most of the times it gives you more security on it. Just like take audit on a token doesn't mean the token is going to succeed, but at least there's somebody saying, hey, there's less mistakes. There's good things on this token that you can be relaxed about it. So I would just keep it in different wallets. I do it. I keep it in different wallets. And every time I purchase something, I try to, if it's a small amount, then I'll just send it to the same. But if it's a big amount or a bigger amount, I just send it to a new wallet. I create a new wallet and send it to the new wallet. Is there any for everybody watching? I'm asking this, I know, but is there any way that this can go wrong if you create a new wallet and then you don't have it's not like a bank account. That's what I'm trying to say, that you can get problems on it once you create it. Everything's okay. Or have you ever seen a problem before that people created their wallet and then it wasn't work, they couldn't get it in after? For myself, I never had that problem. You on mute.
Sorry. If you have if you have your seed phrase, you got to understand that the platform is only a window into your wallet. It is not actually your wallet. So you can go to if you can, for whatever reason, cannot access that platform with your seed phrase, you can access through most any platform. So that's why your seed phrase is so important, because if they have your seed phrase, they can create their own wallet, with your seed phrase.
So the reason why I'm asking that is because I have received that question before, and there's no reason to be afraid that those seed phrases won't work. People are like, oh, I'm gonna try in different devices. No, don't. First, in order for you to get into that, you have to write down the seed phrase, and then they ask you to put in the order. So that's already telling you that the account is okay, right? There's no need to double check on that. So I did get the question, and I wanted to ask because it is a interesting question, right? People have problem in banks and all of that. So hey, can I open a new wallet and send my money there? And I have problems, and I get my money. No, I never heard of that. Once you can log out, you can go back in. Of course,
like I said,
don't send a big amount all at once. Send a little, see if it gets there.
If you're new anyway, there's a lot of steps that need to be taken when you're buying crypto that you need to get used to. And I would definitely suggest making small transactions in the beginning, just to make sure they go through, understand how long transactions may take. At the same time, you need to understand that high volume times, what you just tested may not count, but it's just a good thing to know and understand how it works. Look at gas fees, all of that, just to get it and say, okay, I sent this from here to there. I know it'll make it, and understand how to do it, because that's part of it. It can. There's a few steps that need to be taken still in most crypto purchases, especially in DeFi. So, it's a good thing to familiarize yourself, especially if you're going to get in early on stuff, because then you can't buy through exchanges and whatnot. You have to understand the inner workings of your wallets.
Yes, totally agree. 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗖𝗧 is saying, actually, that is saying, what if you don't remember your password? Man, it's not about remembering. Nobody's going to remember. It's about writing it down.
Yeah, nobody can remember. I'm not saying nobody. I shouldn't say nobody. Most people are not. Yeah, they're very common words, and you got to write it down. That's for sure.
And it doesn't matter.
And keep that somewhere extremely safe.
And it doesn't matter if you remember the words. You got to know the order as well. Unless you're very, very smart, then you create a song and you can, memorize that. Then you're good. What's up, Flamingo? How you doing? Good night. Yes, you finally made it. We were just talking about the security and how to do a few questions that I've asked before. And even though some people are like, oh, of course not. No, there's no of course. There's always new people in crypto. There's always when you know in crypto, everything is very hard. Trust me. Your first, I'm gonna speak for myself. My first transactions, man, especially the first one, I put in a little amount, but the second one was like, yeah, I got the hang of this. Now I'm just gonna, buy a bigger amount. Okay. Am
You're cut. I think you're cutting out. I don't know if it is for everybody or just me, but You're freezing.
Okay. So like I was, can you get it now?
No, still frozen on my end. Is he frozen for anybody else? If you could let me know in the comments. Or if it's just me, we can keep going. No, it says you're breaking up, Junior. Okay, sick with it. Agrees. Just want to make sure it wasn't just me. I got it on 2 devices. Still could have been me. I'm sure he'll be back with us in just a moment. Probably having to log off and log back on. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, I think Junior had to log off and log back in. He should be back on any time now. Barbecuing. I'll see Junior, if he was here, he'd be upset with you. Talking about barbecuing again.
Sorry, everyone. I did have connection problem. I did not know what happened. You muted my.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know what happened, to be
I was
honest.
just sending you a message to find out if you were coming back or not.
I don't know what happened. Connection got cut off and then back on. I am sorry, everyone. I will figure that out tomorrow. I will call the provider and ask, so that won't happen again.
Everybody's in comments talking about their dinner now. I told them you were going to get upset because you were hungry last time, I remember.
You're breaking out, Junior. Yes, he is. I'm doing a barbecue. Sick with it. You're just doing barbecues, man. Thank you for the channel. Let's go. Let's go, Crypto Mike. Thank you for staying, guys. I'm sorry. Did the live kept on going and everybody?
Yeah. I was talking for a minute and then I left out to try to find out if you were gone for good or if you were able to come back in or what. But then you came back while I was doing that.
Okay, so good thing it didn't end. That's awesome.
No, it didn't. It stayed live. Yeah,
I do not know what happened. But I do not remember what I was saying because it caught my thought.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I don't even remember what we're talking about. Everybody's talking about dinner now.
Yeah,
talking about fish and shrimp and lobster.
Sick with it. Stop it. Don't say it again. Steak. I'm supposed to be sleeping, but then get on the grill. Always eating, man. Always making us jealous over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the security topic. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we were talking about wallets and having multiple wallets. I know one thing that 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 mentioned earlier, that he had multiple wallets and he always had them on a device that wasn't connected. Just to be clear, that is a good idea. But at the same time, keep in mind what device it is, what it's designed for. So I've heard a lot of people say using an old phone. A disconnected old phone, what does not happen is it does not get its updates. And updates are 90% security updates, and they are known hacks to your phone that they're trying to close. So if it's not getting that update, and as soon as you turn it back on, it could be susceptible immediately. So just be careful with that. Make sure when you turn it back on, you're not logged on. Make sure that you do your updates. Make sure everything's up to date before you do that. Because just leaving it off, the one thing is it does not do is it does not update. Something like a cold wallet is different. It's set up differently. So I'm just saying, like, I know I've heard a lot of people using old tablets, old phones, mobile devices and whatnot.
I was just checking out Empress' message. She's out enjoying her birthday.
Well, that's good. Happy birthday.
Yeah. It was yesterday, I think. It was yesterday or Sunday. Wow. I don't know.
No. Yesterday was Monday. Remember, because you tried to.
No, I'm saying her birthday was yesterday or Sunday. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, Flamingo, don't make us jealous. Stop talking about food. I still want to eat. Well, letting you know, if you want to send me some food, I'm happy. I would, get some sushi if you like to send me some. But
I don't know if I want some mailed-in sushi. I'll be honest. You might want to get a gift card for that or something. I don't know. Sushi in the mail doesn't sound good.
Google pay me gift card. But I would definitely keep a different wallets. I would have, every time I would create a wallet every month. If you put in money every month, you create a wallet every month. Try to keep it safe as you can, because if anything goes wrong, you don't lose everything. Imagine, it's no good to lose everything. Because when you lose everything crypto, you never come back 99% of the time.
Yeah,
it's like that girlfriend or boyfriend that you had that cheated so much on you, and you discover everything, you never want it back. So crypto is like that. You put in your dreams, you put in money, and you think of that, and then at the end you might not come back. So if you lose 10-20%, or less, what's that? Right?
It's a lesson.
Yeah, it's a lesson. So you're on track. Sometimes it's not even a lesson because you don't even figure it out how you got hacked. Sometimes not even a lesson, right? But you don't lose it all, so that's already very good. I have started from scratch, and it's no fun.
No, that's never fun. Pasta.
No, that wouldn't get here good either. Guys, if you have any questions or if you want us to take a quick look at any project throughout the website, or we haven't talked about the rug screener in a while, right?
Yeah, well, like I said,
are we now allowed to talk until next week?
No, we can talk about the rug screener. The rug screener, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was down yesterday. It's probably back up now. We're doing some updates to it. We were having to update the certificate for it. But we do have some more updates that are going to come to it here in the near future. It was just more general maintenance that was having to be done yesterday, to my knowledge. I actually haven't been on it today. Like I told you before, we've been pretty busy. But I do know it was down yesterday. But yeah, I mean, the rug screener is going to have some pretty big updates coming to it in the near future. I do know we've got some big news coming around, all kinds of ways. So it's a big thing. Just like I said, keep an eye on Rise Up for the next little while. for sure.
Yeah, for a little while. What's a little while? For me, it's a week. Not gonna say anything, but
Weekish, something.
yeah.
Just keep an eye on us. Just we've got a lot of things going on, and a lot of times you do a lot of work, and everybody knows out there. A lot of times you do work, and everything kind of culminates at one time. So just like I said, we got a lot of things to talk about over the next week, and it'll be a big thing. Like I said, the rug screener, it is, as far as I know, that's the one thing I was trying to warn you, because I wasn't sure, I hadn't been on it today, if it was up and running or not.
Okay. No, but
I know we had it down yesterday. The only reason why I say that, we had it down yesterday for maintenance. I'm quite certain it got back up, because I don't remember hearing that it didn't.
updates are good, man. Stick with it. The only thing that with multiple wallets, you have to pay gas fees to send tokens in each wallet.
Yeah.
Just taking
Yeah. Fees can get out of hand. You just got to, it's all a happy medium.
Think about this. If you send, by the way, fees right now are ridiculously low. So whatever. But if you send $50, $100, whatever it is to each wallet, just for fees, in general, it's not just for fees. If you keep it on Ethereum, if you need to come back in a year or 2 years from now, those $50 can be $150, $200. Yeah, it's not gonna make you rich, yes, but you're not losing money. You profit on it, and you can use it later on. So send those monies. I would look as a good opportunity of keeping it safe, and also if I have investment and great time to be using that, because gas fees are very low. I wouldn't say this back in the days in last year, November, July, June, August, beyond. And I wouldn't say that, because gas fees were like $300.
Yeah, volume will change that. As soon as the bull market hits, we've already been warned that to this date, the changes that have been made to Ethereum are not going to help the gas fees. So in high volume situations, so that may change in the future. But right now, that's probably not going to be the case. So it'll do the same thing as soon as volume comes back. But if you have major profits, what's $300? But it just depends.
If you put in $50 or $100 a week, what can you buy? Oh, but I don't have money, man. I work, I pay the bills. Yes, a lot of people are going through that. And I only have $50 a month, that I can spare to invest. And yeah, okay, man, you can invest $50. I mean, that can be a lot in the future. I've had friends who got, millionaires just investing $50 a week. But what I'm trying to tell you is, now with $50, if you put in, it would be like what, 45, 46, 47, depending on the fees. And $50 in a few months, it might not even pay the fee. So it's great time, for anybody who don't have a big bag. I'm just gonna say it like that. For everybody who don't have a big bag, now is the perfect time to accumulate, because you can just throw in $50, $100 will be what, $95, $97. Not gonna make a difference. The next little pump, you're already on profit. So, but if you put in $100 during, the bull market, then the fees, even if it's low, the lowest around the bull market is $30, $40, right? So, I mean, if you put in 100 and you lose already 40, 50%, nobody's going to invest like that, right? I mean, people are going to use the money. So now is the perfect time for people who don't have money to be putting in little by little on the projects that they trust. None of this is financial advice, just opinions. Put it in money little by little, unless Ty is going to give financial advice, but not myself. No, right, Ty? But
no. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's everybody just needs to figure out how they want to, if you have it, obviously this is a great time to accumulate. Obviously that's not financial advice, but it's just personally for me, what I do is I use these. This is the time to be ready. We talked about this a long time ago. You know, these are the times that you look for. These are the times when the money's really made. This is actually when a small amount of money can make a big difference down the road. You know, so.
And for me, there is nobody who cannot invest. There's no such a thing as I can't invest. That's a lie. Unless you like, just having money to buy food, then I'm sorry. I'll be like, yes, you're right. But besides that, anybody can spare not going to McDonald's to buy a $40, $50 meal, for two or one person and invest that, right? People can do that, or a lunch, or yeah, I'm not gonna go out this weekend. I'd rather stay in on a Saturday and save the bus ticket and save lunch and everything and invest. I mean, if you have nothing, you got to start from something, right? I mean, start from scratch is hard. Yes, it's not the same. Yes, but if you stay there, you don't start. That's the worst. You can start somewhere, and now it's a good time because many people don't have a lot of money, and sometimes $50, $100 is a lot for people to put in weekly, right, or monthly. Sometimes they have kids, they're working, they have been not working for a while, so they money's gone, whatever the reason is, and they don't have money, so they'll stay a few months or a year or years not having extra money. But besides that, the regular reasons, I mean, I have had friends saying, oh man, I don't have money to invest. I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been saving money for the last few years. You've been buying brand new sneakers, you've been buying a new car, and you're telling me you don't have money to to invest, Oh, but that's like a car, man. I need a car. I'm like, yeah, man, you also need money. So invest. But people are like, I don't have money. That's a lie. You don't have preference to make money, and that's different. But if you put your mind and your idea, I was that person saving $50, 100, or whatever I had extra, and making an effort to not go do that, nice day on the weekend because it was the only day I had off of work. Not go enjoy my day so I can stay home and save money to invest. So for me, there's no such a thing as I can't invest. There's people who are just, in lack of ideas on how to invest and lack of willingness, I would just say. Ty, are you laughing with me? Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing
No,
at you?
I'm laughing with you. No, I'm laughing with you for sure. I'm having to keep it on mute. My wife's making dinner, so.
Okay. Oh, see, you two talking about food making me hungry.
Yeah.
What's up, 𝗖𝗢𝗧𝗪? Sick with it. How did the video that on YouTube? They say it's big area. I don't know. Thanks, Junior. Thank you, man. Sick with it. He has many wallets because I think he gets paid like weekly or something like that, and he's always investing whatever he can save. So that's a good strategy. That's what I used to do as well. That's what I do. But yeah, man, anybody can invest. Can save money. Even if you were like, I wouldn't say a kid because a kid can't invest, right? But then you can save money and ask your parents to do it for you, right? And that would be a way of teaching them as well, on how to invest and all that. So there are different ideas, and anybody who want to make it, who put their head together, they can invest and can make money. I have seen $20 going up to 500. I have seen $100 going up to more than 10,000. I have seen many things. So if you put in $50 a week or $100 a month or whatever it is, every cycle, 2 years, whatever it takes, 50 a week, that's 200 a month, 200 times 12, times 2 years, and times the price going up. That's a lot of money for somebody who don't have money. That can be $1 million. Am I lying, Ty?
No, you're not lying. I mean, it can. it's a savings account that has the ability to go up, but just remember it has the ability to go down too. But because I've seen the other way. We've all seen both directions of that. I've seen $1 million turn into a few. So, not personally in my own wallet, but I've seen it happen to other people.
Thank you for clarifying that. I was saying, because listen, if you're gonna save money, if you don't go out to eat lunch or whatever, and you save money, and you lose that money, that was money that was going for food, and you just didn't have a nice lunch, and you can have next week or whatever. I'm not telling you to sell your house and put it in as an investment.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but those, a lunch you're gonna eat and it's gone, right? But then $50 or whatever, people use more sometimes, a lot more. That money can be, a lot in the future. Like I've seen people doing that, putting $50 a week, buy this project, buy that project, and they made it. So not the first time I've seen it. Let's go Wolfpack. Let's go lady. Let's go rise up. All-time high incoming. Yes, for sure, man. Oh, I like that. All-time high. That is that's something nice to see during these days. Lady Glam, what's up? Shayla. Imagine Junior, I didn't know crypto, how it works this January 2022. How I save money. How I save money, I think you meant, right? Imagine Junior, didn't know crypto, how it works. How I save money. Okay, so you didn't know how crypto worked until this year. How do you save money? It's different, but like I was saying, it starts from shortening your unnecessary buys, unnecessary things that you do. Sometimes it's that if you live at the beach, it's that coconut water. A coconut water once a week in a month, it's 4 coconut waters. So that's already something. And what I mean, it's not like $50 is going to change your life. I'm not trying to say that $50, $50, but $50 times, 1,000%, it can happen. No, you like, no, it can happen. I've seen tokens doing, 50,000%. And I'm not lying. I've seen different ones. 𝗖𝗢𝗧 did a nice run, last bull run. Rise Up did a nice run. Many tokens, they can do a huge percent. Elon Musk went on Twitter and he was like, "Oh, Dogecoin, boom." Dogecoin, what's Dogecoin? A meme coin. People bought just as a joke, and it went up like crazy. Anything can change. You can wake up tomorrow and you can be like, Rise Up just partner with Visa, MasterCard, and all of those companies, and boom, Rise Up is going up 10,000%. It happens, especially for the projects with the low market cap. If we're talking about Bitcoin, then no, it's not going to go up. Bitcoin's not going to go up 10,000%. Unfortunately,
those days have passed. Those days have passed.
It's not gonna happen. But tokens with small market cap, that is gonna happen. It is happening, matter of fact. So I just wanted to share that. I want people to know that $50 can make a difference. I'm gonna make that a slogan. $50 can make a difference. Hashtag $50 can make a difference. I like that. I'm gonna use that on my chats. Hashtag $50. But yes, it's true. It's true. Sometimes it won't take as quick. Yes, I mean all the time. You won't take as quick as people that are investing. Sometimes, let me tell you something. Those $50 that you put in every week, if you invest right, it can be worth a lot more money than people who are investing 1,000 a week in a matter of a year. People might be putting in 1,000 in all-time high in another token, and the price is going down, while you put in, $100, $50 during the lows, and the token is going up. You're making a lot more money, and you're having more money. So it's just a matter of how you think of crypto. I mean, crypto is not a bad boy. It's not a big deal as long as you know what you're dealing with and how to deal with, right? But staying secure is not. It is hard, but it's not impossible, and that's the price that you pay for not paying high transaction fees for the banks. You being your own bank. So that's the price. You got to learn.
You're assuming your own liability. So the bank assumes liability. If you get hacked and your credit card gets taken or whatever, the bank assumes liability for that. It's not good if you can prove. They have to. In fact, in America, they have to prove it. I don't know everywhere how it works, but I know in America they have to prove it was you, not the other way around. You don't have to prove it wasn't you. They have to prove it was you. I mean, they put all the onus on them because they make the money. So when you take them out of the equation, you remove that buffer. So now you assume that liability yourself to protect your own money because there's nobody going to do it for you. I mean, there are a lot of exchanges and stuff that are going to do the best they can and all of that, but you still have to do your due diligence. You can't connect to the wrong website. You could have the best. You could be on the greatest exchange with the best security in the world, but if you fall for a phishing attack that has you go to the wrong website that you think is that exchange, well, it's not safe anymore. So it's just there's so many ways and so many things you have to, and that's in anything in life and anything on the internet. I mean, you just need to protect yourself. You need to understand what's out there to help you. The different ways. Best way to do it is to understand the different types of scams that there are, because the different types of scams that there are, if you know them, then you have an idea what to look out for.
And many comments. Darren, you changed your picture. Is Darren from Twitter? I think it is. What's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. We have listeners from England, from the United States, from Brazil, and all over. That's the beauty of the channel, getting all the communities together, learning about crypto. I myself, I have, speaking of family-wise, I have shared at least 20 times with different family members how to be on crypto and invest. And I am definitely one big, I wouldn't say one big because crypto is huge, but one nice part of crypto during the 8 years of getting people in it. Many friends of mine, they got in through me and they became very wealthy. So I'm happy for that because I was able to serve as a bridge from, above to them. and that's good, man. When you help, you feel good. And crypto, that's the beauty, helping people. That's the beauty of Rise Up, right? That's the whole idea of Rise Up, staying safe, helping people. Invest in crypto or no, Ty? You muted.
Do what? What'd you say, son?
No, I'm saying that's the beauty of crypto. Getting other people in, crypto, telling them how to stay safe. And I was saying that's the main, idea for Rise Up.
Yeah, absolutely, and to protect those new investors that come in. Also, I mean, the more we can educate new investors, the better it'll be. The one thing we forget about during the bull run is because everybody's making money is we forget about all the new investors that come in because of all the hustle and bustle. Because when the bull run's happening, it's on the news, it's in the papers, it's on the internet. People come in that have never bought crypto before and they have no idea. And they have to learn all the same lessons we do. And a lot of times we forget about that, and that's one of the things that Rise Up likes to do is we want to make sure that we educate the new investors, anybody that we can help educate. And at the same time, we get an education, right? Through reaching out and helping educate other people. There's always people that know things that we don't know, and so we learn too, and we grow as a company, and as a project, and that's what we set out to do from the beginning. That's always going to be our main focus, is to help educate, to make things safely, both crypto, real world, any way we can as a company. Because if we think if enough people go out there and try to do the right thing, then it'll all the rest of it kind of takes care of itself. So.
Kathy's asking, hi Junior, so where will you place your next $50? So like I was saying, $50 a week, right? I would divide it out every week. I would put in a different project. Not every week for a year, but like every week of the month, right? I would pick 4 projects. I would pick, let's say, Rise Up, 𝗖𝗢𝗧𝗪. I'm saying the projects that I invested in, okay? And this is no financial advice. 𝗖𝗧𝗪 Realty and 𝗪𝗓. Every week, the first week, $50 Rise Up, and then the other ones. And the next week, I would go back to the first, $50 for Rise Up, for the other, and the others. Or if you are 100% sure about the project and it's better for you, that project, then you can divide, put in 1 project or 2. I've done that as well. But when I was really, 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 really sure about the project, right? I can do, instead of putting $50 every week in different projects, I can put in $50 every week on Rise Up. It depends on your idea. It depends on how you're thinking of crypto in the future. And the projects are different for everybody, because there's projects like Rise Up that talks about security and the pool, right? And staking and all that. And I might like it because I'm looking for staking. But then there's other projects which is related to food. And then I'm gonna, like that project more because I'm in the food industry and I might know something about it, right? So it depends on how you view. But I would try to invest if I was new in max of 3-4 projects. I would try to load my bag a little bit.
I think there's different levels of new, right? So if I'm brand new, for me, I suggest people. The people I know, I suggest them to get into the more blue chip projects in the very beginning, just to understand how it works. Not to say that you can't lose in blue chips too, because you can. It's just less likely, you can understand the inner workings and kind of ease your way into DeFi, because DeFi is a whole different ball game, but they all work on the blockchain. So to understand the blockchain, to get the feeling of how crypto works, but you really, I think for people to make their decision, I think you need to, for DeFi especially, you kind of have to integrate yourself into the communities and make your decision from that, what you want to invest in. Because DeFi, when you're blue chips, it's a big deal for the communities. But once they hit a certain thing, it's just a lot of money. So, it's not going anywhere most likely. But with DeFi, the communities are so huge, that because you're always, no project can last without their community, none. Yeah. And not in DeFi, it's not possible, so. Because you need that community to help you, to guide you, to support you when when you're in a bear market. That's one of the things like what we do. Like you mentioned, staking is we offer high staking APRs during the bear market, and we'll continue to do it too. Even if the bull market was to come, when it comes, we're going to continue with that. But that's to reward our holders so that they're not losing their shirts when BNB's dropping. We're based on BNB, not ETH. So, BNB's dropping. We can't do anything about it. And it isn't at the moment. Actually, today it's up, just like most everything today. But yeah. Over the last year, it's dropped, and there's nothing we can do about that. We can't make BNB go up. So that will affect any DeFi token that's going to be built on another token. It's going to have a liquidity pair and that other side of the pair is what's backing its value. And if that value of that token goes down, understand the token that's attached to it will go down unless there is an extreme amount or equal or more of price action opposite of it, in that particular token to make up for it. So it will affect its price action either way.
Yeah. Speaking of the coins, right? Not even tokens, but speaking of the coins,
blockchains, yes.
which are the blue chips you're mentioning. Um, Totally agree. I was speaking of numbers of different projects. So, if I was getting into 3 or 4, if you know really, really beginning, like first wallet you're creating, then yes, buy a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then pick your third choice, something that you like, something that has a low market cap, something that, you can afford to maybe lose, something that you can hold for a while and wait for that project to rise. Because there's also a different thing. New projects, as long as it's not a rug pull and people not stealing your money, but new projects, if you invest, chances of them making it successful in the bull run are very high, right? I mean, what you can lose is that project is going to do 100%, while other projects are going to do 1,000%, and you lost those 900%. But you won't lose money depending on the projects and the ideas, if everything's together. But I love low market caps. They're awesome for investing. But I like high risk investments. I like taking high profits, so I gotta take high risks. What's up, guys? Go ahead, Ty.
Well, I was just going to say that, I think it's a good idea. You touched on a good point. I think it's good for me. I'm always, when I'm looking into DeFi projects, or I need to understand what they're doing. I need to understand, for me, this is what I really need to understand what they're doing. I need to understand the need for it, and I need to believe that they can actually achieve it. Those are, for me, are 3 very important things for DeFi projects. Because if I don't understand it, it's going to be hard for me to understand when it's not working. If I don't believe that it's needed, then it doesn't matter if I understand it or not, and that doesn't mean I don't miss, because I do, just because I don't understand it. But for me, I just look for something that I have interest in, because you kind of touched on that, so.
I have a few different strategies. I have that strategy of blue chip coins. I have the strategy of low market cap tokens, and when I can invest something that can spare to lose, I try to look for riskier investments, tokens that are no low number of holders. Of course, I'm not throwing my money in anything, just because it's low market cap, boom, I get my money. No, I do research. But then there are projects that don't have that much utility yet, but the idea is good and the community is big, or it's good. So when you have a good community, sometimes the project itself has less impact than the community can make on the prices. So they're all different ideas. If you're very, very new in crypto, then Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and others. I would invest in the big ones, but then I would also pick one small market cap, low market cap token to invest, because that could be something in a smaller amount, because it's riskier, right? But then don't just invest in the big ones, because people that are getting into crypto, unless you have a lot of money, then if you have a lot of money, you're probably looking for help already. You're not on YouTube. But then if you're on YouTube, you usually the regular basis people who work and save money and try to change their lives. So it's hard to get that help, the financial help, because people charge for it. So it's difficult. But then look on community, Twitter, YouTube, Telegram. Try to follow up for a few days. Zoom out on the chart of the token. See if you get good entry point, right? Right now, everything pretty much is following Ethereum and Bitcoin. The bear market, it's low. Once Ethereum's up 5%, altcoins are up 8%. So it's following the pattern, the regular pattern. It's a good time to learn. It's a good time to trade for those who know how to trade. It's a good time to invest for those who don't know how to trade but want to make money, right? I love long-term investors because those can afford to not, how can I say, not bug out, not go crazy when they see, their investments on red. And I tell people, zoom out on the chart, zoom out and you can have a better understanding of where you're heading in.
I think that's one of the things that comes with experience, to be honest, to understand the dips and how they happen and how, understanding what's created by the market, what's created by the specific project, what may or may not, it can be the time of year, I mean, there's so many things that go into it. And over time, you get used to understand how to ride those waves and understand this is part of it, so.
It's not easy.
No,
waves, man, not easy at all.
Yeah,
some days you're gonna be like, I'm rich. Some day you're gonna be like, I'm so stupid I didn't sell it.
yeah. I mean, it's somebody had said it was a roller coaster ride, and it is definitely that. The adrenaline when it's pumping is fantastic. The pain when you get ripped off. I'll say that for me, to lose money because an item didn't work or whatever or whatnot, that's one thing. But to just straight get rug pulled, to buy into a honeypot, to buy into something that you believed in, and then somebody just flat out took the money. They can lie. They'll almost never admit it, but if you look with open eyes, you can usually tell, and that hurts the worst because it's so painful. It's beyond the money. You get emotionally invested in projects and whatnot. So just always remember to keep your eyes open. So,
and now it's even easier to hold because you have staking, man. Yeah, the prices are low, but I'm getting free tokens. Who cares if the prices are low?
I'll say that staking is a fantastic tool. But I don't want people to get when it comes to new tokens. This is specifically to new tokens. Don't get staking confused with stability, because the staking means nothing without the stability. Because a RUGs token, 2 times as much, 10 times as much, 1,000 times as much of a token that's worth nothing is still nothing. So just understand that, when you stake, most staking pools are going to require you to lock for a certain period of time, and your tokens are going to be there. So if it's a very new token, you need to make sure you feel pretty comfortable that token's going to still exist when they come out of lock,
And
so
if you are not being financially advised, and you're watching through YouTube your contests to make your decisions. What I used to do back in the days, I used to listen to the YouTubers, and usually when they follow each other, you see they share the same token, right? So what I used to do, I lost money buying in the projects that they told me, and I got mad. So I decided that every time they talked about a project, if it was the first hour or something of the video going on, and if it was like the first video of one of them, there's a few groups, right? So there's a group, there's like 7 YouTubers that all show the same token. Today it's one, tomorrow it's the other. And then I don't know if they can read each other's mind or if they, make that decision. But they all pretty much sell at the same time because we see on the charts. So I was like, man, you know what? When they show a token, if it's the first minutes, I'm buying it and then I'm selling it after. I can profit on that. So it's all about different strategies. And sometimes crypto, it's exciting. People who like to play, people who like to gamble. Sometimes crypto, depending on how you invest, it's a gamble. Depending on how you invest. If you invest in the right way, I do not agree it's a gamble. I think it's a very important asset. It's the same thing as if you're trading gold, if you're trading dollar, if you're trading whatever, it's going up and it's going down. And back in the days, I would say, yeah, Bitcoin, it would be, maybe riskier. But then nowadays we have wars, we have countries having civil wars, we have crazy things happening out there that, sometimes not only crypto makes a difference, but then, like I feel like we should have got out of this bear market months ago. But then because of those wars, Ukraine and other places happening, it does have an impact because everybody's watching. Everybody's scared to put their money in on something you don't know if it's going to go up and down. So it's difficult in terms of that. Fact stability over staking. Honeypots are the pits, man.
I think that staking is a fantastic tool for stable coins or stable tokens. And when I say stable, I don't mean like dollar stable or anything. I mean, obviously, having stability in their chart. You just want to be pretty sure of that. I've just when you mentioned that, we were talking about staking. It's something that I've noticed a lot of lately. That new tokens come out, and I am not speaking of any specific tokens, so don't think I am. That they'll come and they'll have staking right away, and people will say, "Oh, they have staking, awesome," and that's great. But just remember, staking means nothing if the token is all it value. It doesn't matter how many you own at the end of the day. So
we should do special episode just on staking.
Yeah,
explain.
And the staking, and also the staking, and who they're staking through. Also, if they're not doing their own staking, what protocol, what platform are they using to stake? Because that also needs to be stable, because they're holding all the tokens. When you're staking, the staking platform is the one that holds all your tokens. The staking tokens, they hold them all. Technically, they don't. I guess that's not true. Technically, it's held in the contract, and many projects hold their own contracts. But that's something you might want to know. You might want to know, is it all in that platform? Because if it is, that might not be a good idea, because it should be in the contract itself. But if the staking platform made the contract and still holds the contract, there's just a lot of things that can happen just to make sure that you know what's going on. And if you trust that platform and that's the way they've done business, then I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm just saying understand who's holding your money when it comes to stake, because it's not this is not a bank. It is not protected by the federal government, So
totally right, man. I love the idea of it, though.
It is a great tool. Obviously, it's a great tool for our project. We utilize staking to a great degree and have been throughout the bear market. I just don't want people to get the wrong idea that staking automatically means you're winning, because it doesn't. It's still important to get a good project.
Everybody has that idea, and I feel like they're wrong to have that idea, but they're not wrong to think like that. Because how would you know what's safe? How would you know which company is safe? We're not gonna talk about it tonight, but we're gonna talk about.
I was about to say I could go on for hours.
No,
but you don't know.
Very good.
But
good topic.
There's things
to check. Of explanation. So if we don't do the NFTs, security on NFT next Tuesday, we can do on staking. Get some information and pass it on.
NFTs. Hey, staking's a big part of NFTs now too. So to be honest, you can still cover it. So because staking's huge when it comes to NFTs now.
That's true.
It's one of the bigger utilities for NFTs is staking at this right now. It's staking's kind of taking over a lot of the bear market, because people understand. You talk about accumulating. What better way to accumulate than allow the tokens that you already have to turn into more tokens? It doesn't cost you very little. It's transaction fees. Usually they're, within reason. I have heard some horror stories. That's another thing. If you're going to stake, that made me think of something actually. If you're going to stake, make sure that your exit fees. Look into people who have exited that platform and seen what it's going to cost, what the fees are going to be, because for that particular token, because I've heard of incidents with specific tokens with specific types of contracts can cause those gas fees can be astronomical. So just so you understand what your percentages are when you're in and out, you need to kind of have that good idea.
True. I'm not gonna keep talking because then we're gonna keep going on and on and on.
Yeah, I know.
It's a good topic. We actually never dived in staking, all the information. That is something you need, because myself, not till so long ago, until a few weeks ago, I used to think that staking was good. Yeah, all the projects I did staking, I was lucky to have them to be good projects and be working with great people, right? But then I was in risk. I gotta say it, like it or not. So people need to know what's the difference between how to be safe on staking, right? Because not just staking is safe, but then you gotta know other information, which I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
But then you gotta know about staking. Lady Hope saying thank you so much for sharing y'all's knowledge. Yes, sharing is a blast. It goes, it comes back.
That's right.
Well, good night, everyone. 1:15 a.m. here in England, so I gotta sleep. Tired Junior, rise up. Thank you, love you all. Thank you, Darren. You gotta show up, man, on the round table on Thursdays. Get some prepared time to be up. Let me know, man. We miss you, buddy. What's going on, family? What's up, sober cryptoholic? Do you guys have any questions? We did talk about a few good key points. If not, we're gonna wrap it up. Dave is gonna go eat dinner. His wife is already eating his dinner, and
she might be.
But thank you, Ty. Appreciate it once again. This interesting security talk. Next Tuesday, we'll have either information on security on NFT or both NFT and staking. We'll let you guys know. I got a question. Any idea about the bull run? Man, if you ask me when, I wish I knew, because I would definitely sell that information. But I don't know. Until then, I'm just trying to feel like I'm smart enough and invest whatever I can, because I don't feel like crypto is going to go much lower than what it is. And if it does go a lot more lower, it's not going to go that much. That's my.
I think we'll see. This is all just opinionated, obviously, but I think we'll see the same thing we saw before. If it does go lower, what we'll see is a quick rebound. I think there's many people still sitting saying, if it hits this spot, I'm dropping it all. Yeah, exactly. There's a ton of people still sitting there. It happened last time when it dropped down and it started flirting and getting down pretty low, and people were sitting there, and it didn't get as low as a lot of people thought it was going to, and they're still sitting there waiting. I promise you, they're still sitting there. If it goes down, it's going to rebound so fast.
There's people
not financial advice, of course, but that's how I feel.
Who didn't buy in 2017, and they're still waiting for Bitcoin to hit 3K so they can jump in.
Yeah,
people crazy. But what can I say?
Yeah, that's right.
But opening up trading institutional club. Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the information. Smash the like button. Help the channel. Make sure that you are following RiseUp's YouTube channel. RiseUp, what's your YouTube?
RiseUp Financial LLC.
hold on. That's the website. If you want to go, RiseUpOfficial.finance. On YouTube, it's, hold on, Rise Up Financial.
LLC.
There we go. Let's help him. Let's help the team. They do so much for us, for the community, for everybody. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you're following Ty and the Rise Up team on Twitter. Just put Rise Up Financial. And if you have any questions, just DM them. They will definitely answer. They're usually pretty quick on it. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll be seeing you guys on Thursday. And hasta la vista. Thank you, Ty.
Good night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Let's get the information for next week and go have your nice pasta.
I will.
Good night, buddy. Thank you.
Good night.